Robin from Backscatter here to take a look at some real-world test results from the new GoPro Hero 6 and how it stacks up against the Hero 5, as well as the Flip 6 filter and lens system and how to install and operate it on the Supersuit housing. So far, the Hero 6 has blown us away with its improved image quality. All of us here at Backscatter loved the Hero 5 and we thought the underwater footage looked great, but then we saw what the Hero 6 can do. After our testing, we can definitely say the Hero 6 has better color, contrast, and clarity. Our underwater testing conditions weren't exactly great due to poor visibility and cloudy overcast, but even in these tough conditions, the Hero 6 clearly outshines the Hero 5. When comparing the Hero 5 and Hero 6 side by side in wide shots without a filter, it's apparent that the Hero 6 is light years ahead of the Hero 5 in terms of contrast and clarity. You'll get richer blacks with more detail found in the shadows and highlights thanks to the improved dynamic range. The auto white balance on the Hero 5 tends to lean towards the green side, whereas the Hero 6 has a significantly improved shift to a much more appealing blue, though the best results are still achieved when a filter is used. No matter how awesome your water conditions are, the fact is that if the clouds are overcast and you need some light for your scene and subject, nothing beats a pair of at least 1200 lumen lights to get really balanced color even while using a filter. Now most of the time you wouldn't shoot with both lights and a filter, but we found this produces the best results from a GoPro. One major thing the Hero 6 does well is fast frame rate shooting, allowing you to slow down your footage in post and create some awesome slow motion shots. Now some of the best moments underwater happen way too fast, so this is a critical feature. Shooting at 60 frames per second in 4K or even 240 frames per second in HD can give you the option to play back that split-second interesting behavior or those fleeting moments in stunning slow motion so that you don't miss a single detail. Slow motion also adds stability to your shaky handheld footage, which when used with the camera's 3-axis image stabilization can give even a basic scene a graceful, cinematic-like quality. Definitely cool. Now there are some interface changes that macro shooters will need to know. While we love the constant innovation that GoPro is known for, it seems sometimes they can forget about us Supersuit housing users. The Hero 5's narrow field of view setting allowed us to get macro shots without the need for any special skills to crop in the editing process. We're a little bummed because the Hero 6 has dropped that narrow setting and now instead uses a touchscreen only slider crop control. This means this feature can only be used on land and not at all in the Supersuit housing. While technically you can work around this by presetting the crop before installation in the housing, you won't be able to change any modes or anything really without losing that crop setting. And this basically means you'll need to shoot all of your macro in full frame and then crop it down in post. If you're a diehard macro junkie, you might even be happier to just buy a Hero 5 for that narrow setting and keep your editing workflow simplified and easy. We're going to hold out hope that the GoPro gods will bestow upon us a narrow field of view setting accessible in the housing on their next firmware update. You can help us encourage them to do so by dropping them a line at gopro.com/feedback. So now let's take a look at how to install and operate the Flip 6, the ultimate filter system for GoPro cameras. Backscatter has been making underwater accessories for GoPro since way back to the original Hero 1, and now we're very proud to have the most backwards compatible GoPro filter and lens system ever with the Flip 6. Flip 6 is fully compatible with Hero 3, 3 Plus, 4, 5, and of course now the Hero 6. The idea behind the Flip filter system is that you can run any two filters, lenses, or combination of the two. Just pick whatever works best for you for your dive profile or that specific shot you're after. You can choose from any of the 3 different depth-rated blue water color correction filters. We have the shallow for between 5 to 20 feet, the dive for 20 to 50 feet, and the deep for 50 feet and below, or the Plus 15 Macromate Mini Lens, which is the sharpest macro lens available for GoPro underwater. We've developed these filters after literally hundreds of hours of test dives, and we're confident that this color formula is what the narrow white balance range of the GoPro needs to unlock its best possible color underwater. Now keep in mind, we've also got a bunch of other videos out there you can check out, like a dedicated video all about the Plus 15 Macromate mini lens and more. Now even without a housing, the camera itself is still waterproof to 33 feet or 10 meters, but you're definitely going to want the SuperSuit housing to help protect the camera and for mounting the Flip 6 filter system. Because the bodies of the 5 and 6 are the same, they're also going to use the same exact SuperSuit housing as well. This means that the Flip 6 system is going to be a change in title only from the Flip 5 system. They're exactly the same thing, save for the name, just to keep it current and consistent. And when you're ready to install the Flip frame, just loosen up the retaining bolt, install the adapter, and slide it over the outside of your SuperSuit housing port. You can get the frame nice and flush with the front of the port if you have one of the filters snapped down while guiding it on. If you're using an older style of housing for a Hero 3, 3 Plus, or 4, just use the appropriate adapter, or in the case of the dive housing, no adapter. Both adapters shown here are included with every Flip 6 kit. Now the system is totally modular, so with just a few turns of the screws, you can swap out your ideal setup for any dive. The Flip frame itself is machined from aircraft-grade aluminum, and it's surprisingly durable for its small profile. Both the top and side mounts have not just one, but two fixed locking points, so you can securely snap your filter or lens back into place to avoid it flopping down into your shot. You can set them back to the first locking position for an easier swap, or all the way back to really lock them down. Now remember, you'll need to remove the protective lens on the GoPro prior to it going into the SuperSuit. We've developed and include in every Flip 6 kit this little lens removal tool to make this a bit easier. Just slide it in and rotate it, and it's going to safely pop that lens right off there. Now all you got to do is slide the camera in and latch up the housing. After that, throw it on a double handle tray for open water stability, add some lights to even out your color, and a tripod for rock solid shots, and you're ready to go make the best possible underwater GoPro footage. So that's pretty much everything the underwater shooter needs to know about the Hero 6 and the Flip 6 system. This camera is awesome, and the Flip 6 system truly unlocks its full potential underwater. If you've been considering adding a new GoPro to your gear collection, now is the perfect time. Please help us keep producing more videos like this by purchasing your gear from us here at Backscatter. We dive, shoot, and service everything we sell, and you'll always have free lifetime tech support from our underwater pros. I'm Robin from Backscatter signing off, and don't forget to check that O-ring.